Hi, I'm Ashley Dominguez,
I'm Aaron Capco.
I'm Jordan Smith.
I'm Caitlin McAfee.
and we are presenting on Titan, one of Saturn's largest moons. So this is Titan. It's orange and hazy. The atmosphere is really thick. For a long time, astronomers didn't really know much about the planet because it's so far away. But a probe was recently landed on its surface, and astronomers were able to discover a lot more about its surface and its geological features.
As you can see in the bottom left corner, we've got Titan in comparison to our moon and Earth, just so you can see the relative size to the other two.
Titan was formed by co-accretion and large impacts. There's a theory that Titan was made by an Oort cloud. The surface is relatively young with very little craters. Many believe that the surface is just like Earth, which has been eroded away by liquid flowing on the surface. There has been many sites of mountains and cryovolcanoes which spew out water. The surface is also mainly made up of water, ice, and rocky material. Titan is a mix between a rough and smooth surface, depending on the area. There is very little geological activity and due to the rigid surface. There has been new evidence that steep canyons that lead to one of the biggest carbon seas, which were formed by the crust uplifting, which can be compared to the Grand Canyon, or could have been caused by the sea level changing, or a mix of both. People think that water goes through these channels has been going on for thousands of years. Some of the impact craters on the surface include a 270-mile wide and has 2 rings, and is named Marana, which was found by Cassini's ISS. A much smaller one is Sinlap, which is only 37 miles wide, and a much smaller one is Kasa, which is only 19 miles wide. Radar and Cassini's imaging found crater forms, which are circular craters, which can be found on the surface, which could be related to impacts but lack certain features, which makes it unsure.
We did a lot of research into the interior structure of Titan. However, we weren't able to find a lot of information because there haven't been a lot of explorations or information found on the interior structure. It's kind of a mystery to us right now. But what we do have is this picture, which gives us somewhat of an idea of what it could be like. The outer layer is a very organic-rich atmosphere and surface. The next layer is a decoupled outer shell, which is water ice and clathrate. The next layer is a global subsurface ocean. After that, we have a high-pressure ice shell. And in the very interior core, we have a hydrosilicate core, which is about 2,000 kilometers in radius.
We've had the opportunity to explore Titan previously in NASA's Cassini spacecraft mission. The Cassini spacecraft mission began about 19 years ago, and the mission will end in 5 months. The Cassini orbiter is 22 feet long and about 13 feet wide. It weighs over 12,000 pounds with fuel and the Hugins probe, which was responsible for exploring Titan. The instruments aboard the craft include a spectrometer, imaging systems, radio science, a cosmic dust analyzer, as well as several other instruments, and it carries a radioisotope thermoelectric generator that conducts about 885 watts of power. The Hugins probe is 8.9 feet in diameter and weighs about 705 pounds. It is equipped with probe science instruments to collect samples about the surface and atmosphere, as well as other properties of Titan. It is a unique advanced spacecraft that was key in the overall Cassini mission to exploring Saturn. The probe was designed to measure the physical and electrical properties of the atmosphere. The Hugins probe landed on January 14th of 2005 on Titan. It took a little over 2 hours for the probe to descend through Titan's thick atmosphere. The probe was first a spacecraft to land on Titan. The probe found indications of water ice and a thin haze of methane covering the orange surface of Titan. Cassini launched in 1997 from Florida and arrived to Saturn in 2004, but the Hugins probe didn't land until 2005. Cassini discovered a lot about Saturn, but Hugins was key in discovering everything we know about Titan. The mission in total cost about $3.27 billion, which the U.S. contributed $2.6 billion. The future mission to explore Titan is the Titan-Saturn System mission. The NIAC awarded a Phase 2 grant to a proposal in order to mature the concept of a submarine to explore the seas of Titan. The idea is to explore Titan's Earth-like system with a combination of observing with an orbiter, a balloon, and a lake lander. Scientists want to explore the moon's organics as well as Saturn's magnetosphere and how it's connected to Titan. This mission would also include a flyby of Enceladus to analyze its plume samples and surface images. Questions scientists seek to answer about Titan are how it functions as a system, how it's similar and different from Earth. Please enjoy this short clip entailing the Hugins probe's discoveries of Titan.
We just wanted to take a second to highlight one of its key features, which is the Ligeia Mare. It is Titan's second largest sea, which is almost made of pure methane. The surface of Titan is complex and is still geologically young. There are some streaks across the surface which appear to have been caused by wind-blown particles. The surface is relatively smooth due to the few impact craters that may have been filled with raining hydrocarbons or volcanoes. The Cassini mission has discovered that Titan's surface reacts in a lot of the same ways as Earth does. For example, the sinkholes that happen on Earth are similar to what we see happening on Titan due to it dissolving. Titan has large bodies of water of liquid methane. There are contrasts between regions of bright and dark terrain. This includes Xanadu, a reflective equatorial area that is about the size of Australia. It contains ridges, valleys, crevices, and hills.
As an extra slide to talk about, we decided to look into life on Titan. Titan actually happens to be one of the least hostile places for humans in the outer solar system, as you can see from this little picture. It has lakes of liquid methane, and it even has some weather on it. It doesn't have water, but some scientists wonder if the life on Titan would be able to live just surviving on methane. So this is important to look into because it is a possibility for finding life in outer space, which is something scientists are really interested in finding, and we may be able to find that on Titan. In conclusion, Titan is a very fascinating moon of Saturn. It has an interesting geological history, a mysterious interior structure. Fascinating explorations have been done on Titan, and hopefully in the future we'll have more missions to discover more information about Titan. It has lakes of methane, and there's also a possibility of there being life on Titan, which would be really cool for us to find life out there besides just us in the universe. Thank you.